What's going on, YouTube? JT Born here, and welcome back to another edition of my Godzilla comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Starship Godzilla issue number 6. This one is written by Gooch with artwork by Oliver Ono, and this is the conclusion to the Starship Godzilla series. In a similar fashion to we had Escape from the Dead Zone, which lasted, 6 issues? This is the same thing with this thing, and then they're going to be continuing in a new number 1, which I think Starship Godzilla, we'll get to that at the very end of the issue. But overall consensus, I thought this was easily the best of the 6 issues so far, mainly because we got the big epic battles in this thing on another planet, where it's the Starship Godzilla, basically Mechagodzilla versus SpaceGodzilla on another crystallized planet. And you had some character moments that kind of paid off, where somebody was just like kind of makes their stand, where they've basically had enough of this ruthless regime. They're like the Empire in Star Wars, the Xiliens are. And now, based on the ending of this thing, it seems that our survivors of the Starship are now going to be number 1 on their bounty hunter hit list. So yeah, you can see some of the Star Wars influence in that regards. But yeah, so the crew of the Starship Godzilla, a lot of them were kind of operating in secret from some crew members of in fear of the Xiliens. They did kind of their bidding, they did deals with them, and they basically just kind of played nice so that way they didn't die, because the Xiliens were so overpowered. But there came a point where innocent people were in the crosshairs, and basically the rebels, and they kind of stood by and they're like, you know what, we've had enough of this thing, let's go and kick some ass. And they unleash hell on the Xiliens, and it's pretty cool. And we also get the big battle between SpaceGodzilla and Mechagodzilla on another planet, and I thought the artwork here was really strong, especially some of the moments here. Like, I love beam flashes, I'm a sucker for that. I know a lot of people got a little bit tired of them in the Kai-Sei Era of Godzilla film, but no, I want more beam flashes. And anytime you like the energy beams blasting at each other, I just kind of like that stuff. And you know, the way it's kind of utilized here is pretty fun. But yeah, so they get in the fight with SpaceGodzilla. The Xiliens kind of lose their influence over it, and during the ensuing stuff, like, they're kind of escaping the situation and live to fight another day, basically. And the ending of the issue says that, okay, the crew of this Starship Godzilla are now going to be like number 1 on the hit list of this entire sector. So they're going to have to flee. Perhaps this is them getting ready to go back to Earth or something, because we don't really establish how, like, where this ship fully came from and how it's connected to Earth, because they're like basically off in like the sector of different planets and that too, how it all works. So I'm trying to figure out more of the world building as we go about. But yeah, it's going to be continued in Starship Godzilla Invasion X number 1. So maybe they head to Earth as a means to kind of flee, and that brings it like an intergalactic war to the planet. But you also have Godzilla, who's not there in the same sense, where you have Jason and all that. So maybe it's all going to come together in some sort of capacity in that way. I'm not exactly sure what this big storyline they're going to take with the multiple series going on at once. I guess we'll have to kind of wait and see. But I mean, each one's kind of off in its own little place, with maybe little bits of connective tissue here and there. But overall, I did enjoy this one. I thought this one was a lot of fun. I liked the big epic battles in space on another planet. It really felt the sense of scale with some of the artwork right there. I was like, oh, this is really cool. Where you kind of see like SpaceGodzilla launching its like energy blast basically into the sky and all that other stuff. I don't know. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun comic book, and easily the best of the 6 so far. And I'm looking forward to the new series. Now we got the excitement really here, because like beforehand, I was like, out of the 3 comic books going on, this was like my least favorite of the bunch. Not to say that was bad per se, but it felt like stuff I had seen before. But you give me gigantic kaiju battles on another crystallized planet, you're going to get some thumbs up for me in that regards. And you had some payoff for certain kind of character like decisions and moments, just kind of doing the right thing. I don't know. Yeah, it's stuff we've seen before in other media, but I kind of always like those moments where you have like the reluctant heroes or like the characters who are reluctant and living in fear finally standing up against somebody who's done them wrong. I don't know. I like those moments. So, but yeah, good stuff overall. We'll see what happens now that they're going to be hunted. So they're going to be under like the guise of constant attack. Maybe they're going to head back to Earth or something like that. I mean, we don't really, did we establish that they're from Earth or something? I don't know, because they don't really bring it up so much. They're just kind of off in this sector. Maybe they head to Earth at this point, and it's going to create all sorts of other crazy stuff. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But overall consensus, like I said, I like this one the best of the bunch, and I look forward to when the new series inevitably drops at some point. But anyways, what did you all think of Starship Godzilla? Did you like this comic book? Did you dislike it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for more content, hit that bell for notifications. And with that being said, I am all caught up with new comic books for this week, which feels great, just in time for the new episode of Monarch to drop. So yeah, it's a good feeling just being caught up and kind of ahead of the curve for once. So it gave me a little bit of time to like catch up on some other things, but I don't know, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. As always, take care now. Bye bye then. I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.